Hello, everybody. I'm Jennifer Bell of Bell Marketing, and I hope that you're all having the most fantastic weekend. So, today I just want to talk a little bit about how network marketing, affiliate marketing has helped me in so many ways. Back before I joined, I had low self confidence, low self esteem. I was not good at time management. I did not have consistency. I did not have patience. Those were just qualities I never had, especially having anxiety. I'm always kind of thinking of worrying about every little thing. So it's hard to stay on task. It's hard to see good in the future, good in myself when I have low self confidence. And those are all factors that you need in order to succeed in network marketing or affiliate marketing. You've got to be able to learn how to believe in yourself because there are going to be hard times. You might have people telling you that your career choice isn't worth it. You're not going to make that much money. They're scams. So you got to have a passion for what you are joining, what you're getting into. So that way, when you hear things like that, you can just push those aside and not worry about what other people think, because other people's opinions are not fact for you. Other people could have been scammed very well, but that doesn't mean what you're doing is a scam. So you got to remember that. Also, having patience. Sometimes when we join these business opportunities, people will tell us, we'll see their post that, oh, I earned $3,000 in like 2 days. Yes, because you've been doing it for a while. You might already got through all the trainings. You are implementing everything. You are good at connecting with people, with marketing your product or service. And so, yes, you're making that much money. A lot of people won't tell you that it takes time to get to that point. Most people that just start out in a business do not make $3,000 in 2 days. Sometimes you can get started, you can make a little bit of good money, but that's not a consistent thing because there's so many aspects of that business you've got to learn. You've got to learn to get people to know, like, and trust you. These days, people are not just going to buy from you just because you say that it's a good product or service. They could see testimonials and still wonder if it's going to work for them. They're wondering who you are, if you're a good person, if you're a mom, if you are maybe a teacher outside of that, what you like to do for your hobbies, if you have pets, how many kids you have. They like to know all that stuff, so that's why networking comes into play, so that you can communicate with people, get to know them, and so then they can start to see you as a person and not just a marketer. That's what you want. You want people to see you so that they feel more comfortable with joining you. A lot of people will say that they joined a company and then the sponsor just took off, just left them. And that's the thing, is that learning to trust people and feel that they're reliable. So you want to make sure that you are like that as well. Even if you are not seeing results right away, you need to stick with that opportunity unless it's just literally no good at all. You need to stick with it. If you still see a vision in that opportunity, stick with it for a month. Give it at least 6 months. You should really give it a year, but 6 months is a valid amount of time to be able to start noticing things. Start noticing if there are problems with commissions, if there are problems with the product or service. You never know. If you're just in one day and then out the next, no one's ever going to learn to trust you, because this is shiny object syndrome. You need to be able to stick with something. You obviously do your due diligence before you join. Make sure that it's something that you like, something that you feel good about, something that you see yourself being in 6 months, a year from now. And then that way, while you are marketing it, while you are posting about it, then that people will see that passion in you, and that's what makes them feel more comfortable. A lot of people will sell things that they've never even used, and sometimes that can create a distrust in people. So you just want to be that person that just always has great results, always has something good to say about it. They always see the passion coming out of you, because you just get this certain vibe out of people when they're really excited about something. You just know that it's an honest testimonial, honest review, and that makes people want to buy from you. That makes them think that maybe they should try it. Another thing is having consistency. I always was the type of person that I put things off. I was a procrastinator. I always had 10 hours left. I always had a week left. It's fine. I could put it off. Then by the time that minute, that time frame that I gave was upon me, I just didn't feel like doing it. Procrastination is not something that you can do in online marketing, because there's so many things that you've got to do on each day. We call them IPAs, income producing activities, and you've got to get those done every day. You've got to show up every day. You've got to show that you are serious about your business, that you are willing to put in time, that you are willing to put in, even money sometimes. Sometimes you've got to invest in better products that help you market your product or service, help you look better on your lives or your pictures. So you could invest in things like outside microphones, ring lights, a better computer, a better phone that takes better lives and pictures. There's so many things that you can purchase, even task calendars. If you don't feel like making one, you can make one, so that way you can have a list of what you need to get done every day. Sometimes those things might be what gets you paid a little less. They might get you, people are noticing you. Once you start building a following, they're paying attention. You will start seeing that people are, if you take off a day, they notice. They'll be like, oh my gosh, where were you? What happened? They do notice. They might not always say something. They might not always message you or post about it, but they are noticing. You want to show up every day in some capacity and show that this is a business, not a hobby. That's very important. People, it's just like a brick and mortar. If you were to open up a brick and mortar and then suddenly like a week later, you just don't even show, you're just like a no-show for your business, that's going to put people off, where they're going to think you're not reliable. You've got to show up for a good little amount of time every day. Sometimes the businesses will tell you could show up just at least 5 days. You should show up 7, as much as you possibly can. Just try and do something for your business that shows, like, even if it's a live about something you're not doing that's business, show up and do it. People like to see that. That shows that, like I said, that you're serious about your business. And it doesn't always have to be business. It's something that a lot of people kind of get confused about too, is that they think because they're showing up for the business that it has to be business related. But you don't have to. You can do fun things. If you're going shopping for something on your home, like a major project, if you're going to an amusement park, if you're going to the park with your kids, if you are whatever you're doing, you can show that, take pictures of it, do videos, whatever. Just get on there and be consistent. Another thing is time management, because there's so many hours in a day and a lot of people have a lot going on. So you got to be able to time block everything so that you know that you're getting everything done. Sometimes when you have a lot to do, you have an outside job, you've got kids, you've got this online business, you've got activities to do, you've got errands to run. It can be easy to feel overwhelmed and then you just feel like quitting. You've got to learn how to cut out the stuff that does not matter and put a schedule ahead of time, like at least a day ahead of time, of what you plan to do. Even if it's just a couple things from the day before that you didn't finish, that still matters, because over time, all of those tasks that you got finished start to add up. So just make sure you always keep some kind of a task sheet. Like even me, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It doesn't make you childish because you write down a list of what you need to get done for your business. It just means that you are taking it seriously enough that, especially if you're a visual person, I like to see things there. Like, I don't like doing everything on the computer. I like to hand make certain things like my task sheets or what I'm needing to buy from the store, because then it just, as I look at it, it just tends to soak into my brain a little bit more, seeing on hand something that I wrote. It helps me absorb information a little bit more than a computer. I mean, obviously you can print it out on the computer. Maybe you could just make it on there and then print it out, but it's still kind of the same thing. It's just something that you put time into, so you take it a little more seriously. Those are all very important things that you need to learn in the online space. And you've got to have self-confidence. You've got to be willing to come out of your comfort zone, and it could be scary. Doing lives can be scary. Networking with people and joining on Zooms to chat with them could be scary. There's so many things that could be scary about it that you might not be ready for, but honestly, you just need to at least try it, because it could very well be something that you could just get right off the bat. You don't know. Just because it's scary doesn't mean it's not something you'll be good at or that you can get good at. You got to remember all these. Honestly, I wish that, I shouldn't say I wish, because I did have people that was telling me these things, but I just was a slow learner. So I really wish that I had learned sooner just to go ahead and do these. It's kind of been a little while. It's taken me about 21 months to really get going in a lot of these, like especially the comfort zone. And honestly, it's the best thing I could have done. I really feel like I've grown a whole lot. My business has really propelled itself in a positive direction. And I feel like I'm really headed on my way to success for myself, doing the things that I need to that will help me one day do the things that I want to. And that's what it's all about. We joined for various different reasons, for time freedom, for financial freedom, just for a skill set, just for an additional income. There's so many different things. Some people could already be making good money where they don't have to worry, but it's still nice to have an extra income. So, just keep all these in mind. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'd love to talk with you about how, I was in online marketing for 19 months before like this period of time, really, where I've just really snowballed, where I've really kind of shot myself forward in my marketing. I'm right here. And so I'd love to talk with you about what has kind of helped me just really gain that self-confidence, gain that consistency, that time management that I really needed before, but I just was too lazy to really work on. I've really been forced to work on those things, and that really helps. Some of us need to be forced. Some of us have to realize that these tasks need to be done or you will not get paid. People are not going to notice you as much because they notice that your different activities every day vary. And people do notice, trust me. And I would love to talk with you to help get you set up straight what I'm learning that is helping me to network, to brand, and to market while I'm earning, which is incredible because I hadn't really earned much money before, except in my direct sales. I had earned money with those because they're products, but with the I was having parties, and so my friends and stuff would come and attend the parties and buy from me, because that's what friends do, trying to support me. But as far as trying to market digital products, it could be harder for us to do that. So I love the fact that I'm actually earning as I'm learning these skills. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to have a perfect lifestyle to fit this in. You just have to have 2 hours a day to do your tasks, and then you can have the whole day to do, if you've got another job, if you've got traveling you want to do, if you have to take care of someone, you can do that. And I just love it. And I'd love to share with you so we can help get you started on the path. It could take some time. You have to realize it could take a couple years, but if you're not happy with where you're at now, is that going to get you any closer to your goals? Sometimes you realize you got to try something new, and that could be the best decision of your life. I mean, more than anything, the things that I've learned, the ways that I've grown are so much more than money, because I literally hated myself my entire first portion of my life. I just didn't value myself at all. I was doing a lot of decisions that was kind of downward spiraling. And so, having anxiety and depression too, letting people get in my head for too long. Those were all excuses. And I decided that I'm not going to let any of that stop me. I am deserving of achieving my goals. I'm deserving of learning skills that may be hard for me, but I'm determined to get good at them. My family deserves better. I want to provide them a lifestyle we don't have to budget and worry. And so you just got to sit down and decide that you want that for yourself as well. There's all different kinds of reasons we join, but I think it's the whole community of everybody supporting each other and kind of having a main goal in mind. We all have some kind of freedom we want to achieve, whether it's financial or time. And we all come together and support each other no matter what kind of business we're in. And that's amazing. If you ever felt like you don't fit in anywhere else, you could fit in here. It's for anybody, any kind of personality, any age, any race, whatever. And so, I'd love to talk with you about what I'm doing. It's an incredible experience, and I'm really happy I'm part of this, and I would love to share with you. So if you find any value in this video, hit the like button, and then you can hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you can receive all notifications of all videos. So I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And if you have any questions, just make sure you comment below. See you later.